How many of y'all remember NFTs? Huh? How many of y'all remember NFTs, the non fungible tokens that blew up around COVID, along with every other kind of cryptocurrency, crypto, anything that was trading that everybody thought was going to be the next big thing? You know, when people were selling digital artworks for millions, hundreds of thousands to millions of dollars. What was his name? Beeple, whatever. I think he sold his like whole collection of digital art that he'd been doing for free for like years for like almost $30 million or some shit like that. Then straight up sold his crypto and got out. Like a very smart man. Well, you don't know. At one point in time, these NFTs, aka non-fungible tokens, which basically digital versions of goods or artworks or anything, quite honestly, that you can assign some sort of value to, which is wholly based on crowdthink. Basically, like things were only valuable unless people decide they're valuable, like Bored Apes, like a digital avatar of a very, very poorly drawn, illustrated, whatever, AI, whatever, avatar of a fucking ape that people were buying for hundreds of thousands of dollars. Why? Because they decided there's going to be some value to that. But there was a whole time and point where everybody kind of fucking lost their minds around COVID and crypto and everything. And like NFTs were the next big thing. And like I literally had people kind of trying to convince me that NFT art was the next wave. Art was going to go away. Everything's going to be NFT. That is the future of music, of art, of creativity, because you get digital ownership, which, quickly find out to be not true. Very easy to hack and steal, which happened quite often for a lot of very big name people who were in the space, and really nothing stopped you from just screenshotting an image and using it on your own. Like let's be real. But at one point in time, NFTs were everywhere. Every company, every brand, everybody that you could think of was trying to hop into that space. And one of those brands, one of those companies, one of those mega corporations was Nike. Nike at one point also got in on the craze, tried to buy into the hype in 2021 and start their own kind of digital shoe company. Well, they're now being sued for doing exactly that. As you can see from The Verge, article saying Nike is facing a lawsuit from people who bought its NFTs. Nike tried to capitalize NFT hype in 2021 by buying a digital shoe company before shutting it down last year. Who could have saw this coming? A group of people sued Nike this week over its decision to wind down its virtual show project, rtfkt. I think it's Artifact is how it's supposed to be pronounced, if I remember correctly. Last year, the buyers of the digital assets accused Nike of causing the rug to be pulled out from under them and say they wouldn't have bought its NFTs if they'd known they were unregistered securities. I don't know if you knew, but especially in crypto, especially early on in those days, maybe things have changed a little bit. Everything was a fucking unregistered security. It was all speculation. It was all scammer heaven. Let's be real. It was very easy for people that were in the know, that were creating these things, to make a lot of money off of people that thought they were missing out on the next big financial wave. And that's basically what it was. But here we go. Filed in New York's Eastern District, the proposed class action lawsuit seeks unspecified damages, more than $5 million for alleged violation of New York, California, Florida, and Oregon consumer protection laws. Nike tried to jump into the NFT game by buying Artifact in 2021, but like Starbucks Odyssey, it never quite worked out, and the company abandoned the idea, announcing in December via the Artifact X account that it planned to wind down Artifact operations by the end of January this year. Since then, Artifact is seemingly maintained by a single person. Fucking crazy. Samuel Cardillo, who spent Thursday posting through the sudden disappearance and later reappearance of its artwork for its Clone X NFTs project. Again, people were very stupid around COVID. People were getting a lot of, dumb money, getting stipend, getting stimulus checks, just either scamming their way through COVID or falling for scams in COVID. Like, that's literally all I remember from kind of that time period, was people getting their goddamn wallets taken for a ride throughout that entire time. And people truly believe that NFTs were the future. And like, as you can see here, no, they are not. When's the last time you even heard about or discussed or even cared about NFT? The fact that people are buying these things and really thinking that this is going to be featured, that this is a safe investment for me, just shows the insane lack of financial sense we have in this country. And there's no better time to be a scammer or fraudster than this time, this year, this day and age. Now, let's be real. But that's it for just want to touch on that quick little story. Thought it was pretty funny. Nike NFT project dead. Who would have guessed it?